Hey everyone, happy Monday. Hope you had a great day. I want to give you this Facebook Live update. It's just me holding down the fort here in the weather lab. Josh Rugger doing the Silver Dollar City thing today, riding rides. I wonder he's on here. He might be on his way back from Branson. Did you ride yourself out to basically ride yourself to exhaustion? I know he was. What a day to be at Silver Dollar City. That'd be pretty awesome. And JD Adams on here as well. So as you can see, the headlines, multiple rounds of storms expected this week. Hope everybody had a great Monday. I had a unique day. I got to golf with the competition. It was really fun. Got to golf with chief meteorologist Darby Bybee. You know him. You've probably seen him, except for Dish Network people. Her station's now not on Dish Network. But hello to all the DirecTV ATT Uverse fans. You're back online. So there you go. Check this out. Time Traveler 10 times, Wildfire 6 times, Outlaw Run 4 times, Powder Keg 8 times. My goodness, Josh. You're definitely young at heart. So I remember when I did that on my 40th birthday, and I was a little bit sick, to say the least. So, all right, let's get into it. We've got storm chances, lots of them, and storms will continue to ramp up. And by the way, Peyton is off tonight. He's enjoying a nice night off. Zach Gilday on vacation. So just me chilling. And Jacob playing Super NES Super Mario Brothers. Tweak the colors, can't see anything. That's interesting. Jacob also couldn't see anything because of that haze. There was quite a bit of wildfire smoke out there. It was thicker earlier on today. All right, let's look at the timing here. Now we're going to show you two different models. We'll show you the first one. This is the graph model, and you'll notice thunderstorm chances kind of popping up. Now, I don't think we see rain until the second half of the day tomorrow. If we do, it'd be some sprinkles. Josh, I don't think I'm going to put it on weather rate. We just don't have the moisture yet. As we move into Tuesday afternoon, though, I think before 6 o'clock, I think some rain will start nudging into northwest Arkansas. River Valley will be a little later. I still think temperatures will get to about 90 degrees in the River Valley, northwest Arkansas. Not as much. Paula, how you doing? I was sitting in front of you at the Hog game. Now, were you outside or were you inside? Because I sat two different places. I sat in the club seats, which my daughter's boyfriend's family had club seats. So that's cool. And if you were outside, then that's awesome. I actually made something of a failure, if you will. I could tell you about that a little bit later on. It was on the Razorback game. Sometimes you don't know exactly what section you're in. I didn't read it properly. I went into the wrong section. I had the wrong seat. And basically, I went through an entire row of a bunch of people. They're all like, Weather Dan, is it going to rain? Nope, we're good. I did say it was raining penalty flags, but golly, yeah. And then I got to the seat. There was some people there. I'm like, 11, 12? They're like, this is the wrong section. I was like, well. Yeah, the weatherman was wrong. So anyways, all right, there's the rain coming in Tuesday evening. I think before 6, 7 o'clock, I think we start seeing some rain knocking on our doorstep, and then you see that it kind of falls apart. Now, this is one model. Keep in mind it's usually a little underdone. Then you see the rain kind of popping up as we move into Wednesday late morning. Another wave of energy swinging through. I think we're going to see multiple rounds of storms. Then by Wednesday afternoon, I think we get a break. So we'll see some rain in the morning, but we'll see some rain in the afternoon. And so let me know, Paula, if you were outside or inside. It was a great atmosphere, but man, just a terrible outcome for that game. But you know what? Just dust it off, brush it off, and the graph is underdone. That's what I believe too. So Josh, talking about the graph, that was a model you just saw. Hey, thank you, Felix. Appreciate it. I was actually trying to click on Josh's. Graph underdone, in my opinion. We'll have to check that out. Outside. Very cool. Awesome, Paul. You should have said hi. Who was sitting in front of me were a couple of BYU fans. I got to admit, they were really nice and not annoying at all. Cheered on their team. Was happy with the victory, but they were super nice. So the weather was amazing this weekend. Now, there's a lot of things that are happening this upcoming weekend. You got the Format Festival. I bet you many people are going to go to that in Bentonville. You have got Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. Here's the issue. A lot of people traveling in for Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue on Wednesday. Here's a look at the storm chances. This is Tuesday afternoon. There's the HRRR. I just read the comments. Sorry, squirrel. We actually got a great pic of you making a face that basically encompasses all our feelings. I can imagine. Did you hear me screaming? I was into it. I was yelling. I was trying to make some noise, trying to get everybody up, getting loud on third down. And really, honestly, all the times that we were on defense. Now, check this out. This is the HRRR 8 o'clock. I think this is more likely. Storm chances popping up. Then you can see that developing throughout Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, that low kind of sticks around. And there you can see that spin in the atmosphere, and then the model data kind of drops off a little bit. But you get the idea that I think storm chances are definitely very likely Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Now, we will look at that severe weather risk, but here is a look at the 2-day precipitation forecast. So if you'll notice, that's what we got right there. A lot of precipitation headed our way. We're going to be watching that, and we go up to 80%. Josh, I kept it at 80%. Didn't really change anything there, but we are going to be looking at that. Yeah, Josh is a little raspy on the radio. I heard him this morning, and I was like, he did some screaming. Me as well. I was yelling, screaming, cheering. I think Paula can attest to that. I know she was loud too. But there's a look at the timing with the rain. You can see those rain chances popping up. Now, here's the different model breakdown, okay? We know rain is likely. How much, that remains a question. Remember, models are usually underdone. Shows Rogers at 0.3 of an inch. I think that's not enough, honestly. So this European is too little as well. I don't think it's getting all the fine scale details. We'll look at the longer range weather pattern here in just a bit. Now, the GFS actually shows a little more. And thunderstorms popping up. You can see Tahlequah at 3.37, a pretty decent contour there. Western sections of northwest Arkansas seeing some rain potential. And then the NAM, that's going pretty nuts. This is the NAM 20 kilometer that shows 3.87 in Tahlequah, and Fort Smith showing quite a bit as well. And it does make sense that the bullseyes are farther to the west. So let me show you that. Pretty good agreement. And also the Weather Prediction Center has the same thing. Now, here's the breakdown of the severe weather risk. We got a level 1 and a level 2. This is for tomorrow night, and this is before midnight and before 7 a.m. So basically tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning, I think some storms will be possible, and heavy rain will be likely at times. With this energy moving in, it'll definitely get a lot more humid. Here's a look at the 1 or 2 storms for Wednesday. This is mainly during the morning hours. So a breakdown of that. As we look at the European model, this also shows those storms. But I think you see how it's underdone Tuesday night. This is tomorrow night into our Wednesday morning. Then you could see that low kind of spinning and churning over us. I'm going to show you all the vorticity, too, that's coming in, all little spins in the atmosphere. Now, this is what I'm watching is Friday. Format Festival, Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. There's actually something else too that I forgot what's going on, but there's so many things that are happening. Wonder if there's a concert too. I haven't looked at the Walmart AMP schedule. I do know this: no more Naturals games. They're done with their season. I know they didn't have the best season, didn't quite get to 500, but you know what? There's always next year. So here's what happens Saturday. This is what I really need to make you pay attention to. If anything, Saturday night is a time that we really have to watch because we have some really strong energy that's ripping in. We have a lot of moisture, instability. All those ingredients are coming together. Now, this is Saturday. We're still a ways out. No Razorback home game, thankfully, and I'm thankful for that because if it was a night game, watch what happens here. This is basically Saturday night into early Sunday morning. A lot of energy comes in that could bring the potential for some severe weather. It's not marked on the day 6 outlook, but that's probably going to change tomorrow as model consensus might come into agreement. Right now, the model consensus is low. European shows it, GFS doesn't. And then that system swings out. So let me show you what we're looking at here and why I think this energy is going to be big time. So first of all, here's a look at the long range, and we'll show you all those rain chances as well. So there's the storms that are returning midweek. You can see the energy swinging in. We'll bring this up here. And you can see on the water vapor, a lot of energy off to the west, a lot of jet stream energy moving in. This will bring the potential for some storms. And then on the satellite and radar, you can see that energy moving in from the west. Here's a look at the jet stream coming in. And so, first of all, you're going to see there's that zonal flow. Now, at the moment, we have a high pressure ridge and northwest flow. Notice how it's not very strong tomorrow afternoon. But tomorrow evening, that's when we start getting that energy. And then you can see this is more of a southwesterly flow. This right here is a very active weather pattern. Multiple disturbances, multiple pieces of energy. This is going to bring a lot of lift, and that's going to bring some storms down. Look at this. Friday night, we're going to be quiet because the energy remains off to the west. There could be some storms that pop up unexpectedly Friday night because it always happens typically ahead of a big system, and the models don't depict that yet. Watch what happens, though. Did you see that? I'm going to go back and show you that. This system right here becomes negative tilt, and it swings in. And that is some pretty impressive, not only jet stream energy, but the splitting of the jet stream. You also have a merging of the subtropical and polar jet. So there's no doubt that we are getting into more of an active weather pattern. Earlier on in the jet stream, you have the polar jet to the north, the subtropical jet to the south. Those two are coming in phase with each other. Now, again, this is all on the GFS, all on the European. The GFS doesn't show it. But watch this system swing through. And right there, Saturday night, boy, nose of the jet, severe thunderstorms, definitely a possibility. And even the potential for some rotating storms. I know we haven't said the T word in a long time, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is some sort of tornado threat on the Storm Prediction Center's outlooks. Just looking at the latest. Now, I'm going to bring up the vorticity. We're going to look at that with the GFS and the European. So let's start off, first of all, with the European. So here we got the European. Right now, there's no energy that's providing rain or storms. I will say this, though. I think that the sunrise tomorrow could be a reddish one. Red sky in the morning, sailors heed the warning. Have you ever heard of that before? For those that read the Bible, it's in Matthew 16, verses 1 and 2. Jesus is talking about discerning the end times, and he says, you know how to discern the skies and the weather, but he talks about red sky at night. Sailors delight, the weather will be nice, and red sky in the morning, sailors heed the warning. And so you could check that out in the red letters on Matthew 16, 1 and 2. I think that's kind of very, very awesome. But there's a look at Tuesday night into Wednesday. See all that energy swinging in? Man, that's going to bring some storms for sure. And then as it starts to move out, we get breaks. There's no doubt going to be breaks in the rainfall. There's Thursday late morning into the afternoon, and then you can see more storms that pop up Thursday night. And then on Friday, that energy kind of swings out, and so we get a ridge of high pressure. So some storms Friday. Boy, that's a lot of pieces of energy. And then here's this low. Look at this thing gathering off to the west on Friday, and then that starts swinging in on Saturday right there. Yikes. That's a lot of energy swinging in, and that is what we call a negatively tilted trough. That's going to possibly develop some pretty intense storms. Let's look at the GFS, and I'll show you the difference between the two. Yeah, that's the right. Bust out when you said European. Yeah. Speaking of European, there's actually a viewer that I know that is in Iceland right now. I actually texted her because she's got an event that's coming up called Home for Dinner, and that's a nonprofit. And Meet Me at the Table. It's right before Veterans Day. It's a great nonprofit that helps veterans, give them some gift cards to a restaurant where they can take their family or friends out, a one-time gift card. They also provide scholarships, and that's called Home for Dinner. It's an awesome nonprofit. Anyways, the founder of that in Iceland and got to see the Northern Lights and sent me a photo of it. And granted, I texted her, didn't know, and it was at 1 in the morning. I was like, sorry to wake you up. But anyways, all right, let's look at the GFS. Let me get my big old mug off the screen and we'll look at this. So there's all that energy coming in. So clearly, whew, that's going to be some storms. There's a break in the storms, but look at that, more energy swinging in. What we mean by energy is all these little dots. You see these dots that show up as reds and oranges? That's what we call vorticity. Vorticity is a spin in the atmosphere. When you get a spin in the atmosphere, you have lift. Lift causes severe weather, or causes thunderstorms. And if all the ingredients are together for severe weather, then you have that potential. So there's the energy. It doesn't have it quite as strong. See how the difference Saturday night? It still has storm potential, but maybe not quite as severe and compared to the European. But we'll see. If these two start coming into agreement, I think we might be seeing a severe weather risk. Yeah, mine as well. That would be amazing. Okay, Michelle has a question. Any hail? There would be hail with those storms if they in fact do develop because we have all the ingredients in place. But keep in mind that this is still a ways out in terms of predicting severe weather. I mean, even the rain chances are going to be difficult to predict this far out. So I'm going to answer a few comments because I'm going to load up a couple of the models that'll take a little bit of time to load up. But Jacob asked a question. What risk could we be under when Saturday enters the day 3 on Thursday? I think you're going to see a slight, honestly. But let me show you what we've got here. This just loaded up. It's the new Energy Helicity Index. And this, by the way, shows the speed of the winds and basically the shear and the instability. So that's what's called the EHI, the Energy Helicity Index. So there's Saturday morning. Notice how it's all off to the west. So the severe weather risk for Friday into Saturday morning will be west of us. Now, this is when it starts translating eastward. Here's where the shear starts picking up Saturday night, and then it kind of falls apart. And the reason for that is it doesn't have the instability. But I'm saying Saturday evening is going to be one to watch for sure. So I have to keep up with let me look real quick at the Walmart amp schedule because I know they have so many concerts that go on, and maybe some of you got to see Jason Aldean. That was a great concert. Oh, there we go. No concerts this week. Hallelujah. That's great. But there is the and it might have done that too because of what's happening with the Format Festival. So anyways, there's the EHI that's coming in, and that kind of shows you that storms are definitely going to be a possibility. When will the first frost happen? Hopefully not anytime soon, because I don't want to be getting my Nugget ice maker, outdoor ice maker machine inside. I'm really going to be sad again when that happens. That makes me really disappointed. But to answer that question, the first frost, let's check it out. Statistically, climatologically, I don't even want to think of that, honestly. However, I'll give you the climatology. So there's different types of freezes and frosts. So we'll look at it, Tim, for you. So first of all, these records go back to 1950 for Drake Field, not as long as Fort Smith. But if we look at, there's three different types of freezes. There's a light frost, 32 to 29, a hard freeze, which is not good, and a killing freeze. So here's a look at the average date for the first light frost is October 19th. But you notice that the earliest this ever happened was the 24th of September, 1989. Hard freeze, November 1st. So we're getting close. Gosh, that makes me sad. 7th of October, 1952. And the first killing freeze is typically November 11th. And that's 7th of October, 1952. So there you go for the Northwest Arkansas area. I'll let you look at that a little bit longer. So October 19th, November 1st, and November 11th. Yeah. 1952 is, You know what's wild, Joshua, is that Josh Rugger, 1952 was a year where we had La Nina. It's very turbulent weather patterns, high amplitude troughs, high amplitude ridges. That weather pattern just continues. And when you get those big rises and drops in the jet stream, you get extremes. You get weather extremes. And not only that, but 52, 53, 54 were extremely hot too. So it kind of tells you a harsh winter will lead to a hot summer, but not the other way around from my records and from my research. All right, River Valley. That's going to be a little later. November 2nd is typically the first light frost. Hard freeze, November 17th, but it's happened as early as October 18th. And killing freeze back in 1917, October 24th. Okay, Lisa. Are we expecting wind problems in Bella Vista? Going to be some strong winds from these storms. The potential for some damaging winds, but it's still, to fine tune the details, we don't have that yet. Again, if you're just hopping on, we do have that severe weather risk, which I'll go back to real quick and show you. This is the day 2. So what we mean by day 2 is it's a period from 7 a.m. Tuesday to 7 a.m. Wednesday. So within that timing, we're having Tuesday night into Wednesday morning for us, since we're on the eastern edge of that risk. Okay? Then the day 3 outlook, it's just mainly large hail and gusty winds going to be the main threats. But keep in mind, this is day 3, so it's probably going to be updated. Do we need to worry about Friday night football games? At the moment, Rick, Friday night football games could be dry, but I'm very cautiously optimistic about that. And the reason I say that is because the models might not have storms at that time, but keep in mind that you saw the energy moving in. If you were on the Facebook Live earlier, and if you're not, you could look at all the vorticity that's coming in. At the moment, this has most of the storms Friday morning into the afternoon, but I'm hesitant to say that's exactly what we're going to have. Then, as we move into our Saturday, there you could see that big time front coming in. So, yeah, Saturday will be a lake day. However, it will be very breezy. If you want to see here, I won't show you the full forecast, Vance, but we're looking at some strong winds, dude. 15 to 25 with some higher gusts. So maybe not the best lake day in terms of wind and waves. It's going to be a little choppy. But and there could be some isolated storms. But I will say this: Saturday lake day, definitely a possibility, especially temperature-wise. It'll be warm. It'll be humid. And look at the morning low. We start off in the mid 60s, and honestly, I'm probably not warm enough, to be honest with you. Friday night, I will be playing Nomad, Southtown, and I hope it don't rain. Yeah. Cordell, I hope it doesn't rain either. Yikes. Yeah, very, very windy. Yeah. Okay, so here's the 7-day, or 5 days. So as you can see, a lot of storm chances. We'll break more of this down on the newscast tonight, but a lot of stuff happening for sure. So break this down Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. We got those storm chances. Wednesday afternoon should be okay. However, remember, there's a lot of energy. Thursday morning, some rain and showers and storms. Kind of in between systems. Thursday afternoon, I think, looks good. Friday morning looks okay, but there could be some storms in the afternoon. That's why I have AM and PM at this point, just because that low kind of moves directly overhead. And then Saturday, most of the day looking good, but there's the big time storm Saturday night. Now, we don't have an alert day, obviously. We're not doing alert day this far out. So no 90s. But, Lisa, if you're in the River Valley, there are 90s. In fact, I'm going 90 tomorrow. There were 90s today and lower 80s on Wednesday because of the rain and storms. And these temperatures need to be adjusted. Josh, you'll have your work cut out for you. Hope we get some in Limestone Valley. Yeah, Newton County is going to be getting some rain, Donna, if that's where you're at. Limestone Valley and near Deer and all that stuff, you'll definitely be seeing some rain. So yeah, just to sum up, I'm going to shut this Facebook Live because I'm going to get ready for the 9 o'clock newscast. But to sum it all up in a short Cliff Notes version, showers and storms looking likely tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. Be ready for the beautiful red sky in the morning. Dylan says he can't hear me, but I know that I don't think it's on my end, Dylan. You might want to turn up the volume unless I dropped off. Yeah, no kidding. Come sing a song with me. Love Bella Vista weather. And then as we move into our Wednesday afternoon, hopefully the storms move out, but there's going to be adjustments and timing changes with the weather just because there's so much energy, so much disturbances. Seriously, Dylan, we have this joke going. I started it, and now I'm never hearing the end of it. Dylan, you're funny. Funny man. Payback, dude. Now I need to pay you back because we're not even anymore. Yeah, so I think that about covers it. And that does it all. Josh, have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow morning on the air. And hey, everybody, have a great night. We'll keep you updated. We'll be doing some Facebook Lives tomorrow as those storms roll in. But if you have any plans Tuesday night, definitely make sure you have a backup plan outdoors. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. God bless. See ya.